Alright guys, so we're back with some sort of Cyberpunk 2077 news, but more so just general CD Projekt Red news, but kind of a quick update to yesterday's video, where we talked about, the no game over screens unless you die within the game. It turns out that you actually, I guess, can't necessarily even fail missions within Cyberpunk 2077. One of the quotes that came from some of the articles is that you can still complete the mission no matter how badly you screw up. Which to me doesn't exactly make sense, because say your mission is to rescue a hostage. If that hostage dies, that was your objective. So how can you possibly still complete the mission? You screwed up literally as badly as you possibly can. So I don't exactly know how to take this information, but maybe you can't actually even fail missions within Cyberpunk. Anyways, moving on to the news for today, it's actually that CD Projekt Red is opening up a merchandise store, which I wasn't aware that they didn't even have that, but they dropped some tweets yesterday that say, "We've been waiting for April Fools to be over to share this good news with you. We're opening CD Projekt Red store in the following weeks. Keep your eyes open for updates," and then follow it up with merchandise store, more info coming soon. I don't know why they put a second tweet after that saying pretty much the same thing, but they did. And again, I wasn't aware that this whole time CD Projekt Red hasn't been selling merchandise. I assumed pretty much every game company, every developer out there sells t-shirts for their video games and shit, but I guess they haven't, which is shocking, because even before Witcher 3 really blew them up into mainstream popularity, they're still making the Witcher games, Witcher 1 and 2, which are still popular games, and of course the Witcher series is well known. It's a book series that goes back to maybe early 2000s or 90s, or maybe even farther back than that, I'm not entirely sure, but the Witcher series is popular, so it's kind of crazy that they're just now opening up a merchandise store. The only thing is, as of right now, we don't actually know what kind of merchandise is going to be sold on their online store. Obviously, t-shirts makes the most sense. You see that a lot with game developers. Posters, potentially. Probably able to buy their games from their website as well. And then maybe random stuff like keychains, necklaces. Who knows exactly? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they won't go that route. Obviously, it's going to be merchandise related to their games and their studio, maybe CD Projekt Red t-shirts and stuff like that, which I wouldn't mind buying if they have that. And the only games they've ever made is the Witcher series and now Cyberpunk 2077. And because of a survey they did last year about, an online store, merchandise shop, we know that there's going to be stuff for Gwent as well. So it's going to be Witcher related, Cyberpunk 2077 related, and Gwent related. So you can probably buy IRL Gwent cards, which would be kind of cool if you're into that game. Some other bit of info that might be new to a lot of you out there, it's new to me just because I'm just now getting back into the Cyberpunk-related content, is that CDPR actually has another game they want to drop by 2021, which is very, very interesting. If this other game ends up being a new IP, then of course, if we're still discussing the online store that they're creating, that store could sell merchandise related to that new game, but also this new game could be Witcher 4. Or a branch-off game for the Witcher series, because we've talked about it in the past. I've done a video about this, where CD Projekt Red has said that the Witcher series was meant to be a trilogy. Witcher 3 was the end of Geralt's story, at least according to them. Which is kind of strange, because I think there's a lot of books out there, and I think Geralt is the lead in all the books, or at least most of them. I don't know every book that's out there for the Witcher series, but Geralt's the main guy, if I'm not mistaken, so it's how is there only a trilogy? Either way, if it is a new Witcher game and Wild Hunt was really the end of Geralt's story, Witcher 4 could just be a branch-off game. Maybe not even called Witcher 4, just Witcher something or whatever the case. Maybe you play as a new character, or maybe it's your standard kind of RPG where you can create your own character and go through your own story or whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. As long as it's more Witcher, I don't give a shit. Regardless of what this unannounced game actually is, the studio CEO has come out and said that E3 2019 will be the most important E3 in the company's history. So I think we're going to see that new game, whatever it is, this year at E3, simply because they want to drop it by 2021, which is only a couple years away. Something I find a bit interesting is, to them, this is the most important E3 for them so far, but what could they be showing that's so important, that makes this so significant compared to other E3s they've done? They might show stuff for the online store, but we already know that exists, and they're going to show that to us in the coming weeks before E3. We know Cyberpunk's going to be there. We've known about the game for years at this point, so as cool as it's going to be to see more from the game, that's not really, that important in that way, right? We already know the game's going to do good. I feel because they're putting so much stock into this E3 that new game, if they end up showing it this year, is actually a new IP, because they're finally branching out from the Witcher series. They've done nothing but the Witcher games. Until now, they finally put out Cyberpunk, and maybe the other new game that's going to come out before 2021 is a new IP. Maybe that's why they're a little bit worried, and why this E3 is so important to them, because they hope that that other game is going to do well. Those are my thoughts. Of course, it could just be a Witcher Battle Royale. They're a studio that's pretty much only known for the Witcher series until now with Cyberpunk 2077, and that's their first venture into a new IP. It's a pen and paper game, but it's a new IP for them to create games for, and it looks great. It looks fantastic. It looks like a really, really good game. That's their first step away from Witcher, so if they're creating another new game, a new IP or whatever, I'm excited. I want to see what that is. I want to see what else they can do. So far, CDPR has only ever made games based off of established series. Again, Cyberpunk 2077 was a pen and paper game, and Witcher was based off of books and novels. What I like to see with this new unannounced game is a new IP from them that's completely original, not based off of anything, just a new series that they created. Like, that'd be awesome. That'd be interesting to see, like, to see what they could do. Anyways, I pass it off to you guys. What do you think we're going to see in the CD Projekt Red online store? Are you going to buy the merchandise once it shows up? And what do you think this unannounced game is? Do you think it's Witcher 4, a branch off Witcher game, or a completely new IP? As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @TheDashingDavid. At my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.